In ancient Babylon, the gods created humans for one reason, to be their slaves. Humans existed to feed the gods, build their temples, and free divine beings from manual labor. You were cosmic servants, nothing more. But a small group of people in the ancient Near East told a radically different story. Their account changed everything about how we think about human dignity. In Genesis, when God first speaks to humans, he doesn't demand service, he blesses them, he provides for them, he treats them as the climax of creation, not its afterthought. And this is the revolutionary claim of Genesis, and to understand it, we need to see how the text builds to this moment through deliberate structure. The 6 days of creation aren't random. They reveal a careful design. Days 1 through 3 create domains. Day 1, light and darkness. Day 2, sky and waters. Day 3, dry land with vegetation. Then days 4 through 6 fill those domains with inhabitants. Day 4 fills light and darkness with sun, moon, and stars. Day 5 fills sky and waters with birds and fish. Day 6 fills the land with animals and then humans. Notice something. Days 3 and 6 each have bonus elements. Day 3 adds vegetation. Day 6 adds humans. The pattern builds to a peak. After humans appear, God rests. The work is complete. Genesis 1:26 declares, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." What does image of God mean? Not physical resemblance. The ancient Israelites didn't conceive of God as having a body. The image refers to capacities that distinguish humans from other creatures: language, abstract thought, conscience, self-control, free will. To be godlike means possessing moral autonomy and creative capacity. These aren't earned qualities. They're built into what humans are from the moment of creation. Now compare this to the dominant view of the ancient world. In the Enuma Elish, Babylon's creation epic, humans are created from the blood of a slain rebel god. Their purpose: serve the gods and free divine beings from labor. The gods are at the top, large and demanding. Humans are at the bottom, small and laboring, with everything flowing upward to meet divine needs. Genesis inverts this entirely. God appears at the top, but the arrows flow downward: blessing, provision, care. God's first words to humans in Genesis 1:28-29 concern their welfare, their food, their dominion. Humans are objects of divine concern, not divine slaves. The text holds attention at its core. In Hebrew, the word for human is Adam, pronounced Adam. It comes from Adama, meaning ground or earth. Adam literally means earthling. This isn't initially a proper name. It's a description of what we are. God forms the human from dust, then breathes life into his nostrils. We are simultaneously earthy and divine. Made from dirt, yet animated by God's own breath, dependent creatures who possess godlike capacities. Genesis doesn't resolve this paradox. It names it as the human condition. This theological claim has concrete ethical implications. Genesis 9:6 states, "Whoever sheds the blood of man in exchange for that man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of God was man created." The logic is explicit. Premise: humans are made in God's image, therefore human life is sacred, and therefore murder demands the ultimate penalty. No compensation suffices, no lesser punishment is acceptable. Human life carries this weight not because of social status, usefulness, or power, but because of what humans are. Genesis 1 states, "Male and female created he them. Both bear God's image equally." The Hebrew uses the definite article, the Adam, suggesting humanity as a whole, not a single male. Medieval Jewish commentary offers a striking interpretation of Genesis 2, where woman is created from man's side. Not from his head, she's not meant to rule over him. Not from his feet, she's not meant to be subservient. From his side, to be his companion. Woman's creation is actually the true climax of Genesis 2. With her, creation reaches completion. When you read Genesis, notice what's absent. No divine demands for service, no human subjugation, no cosmic labor requirements. The first divine speech concerns human flourishing, not divine needs. This was polemic, a text written to argue against the surrounding culture's view. Genesis doesn't just tell a creation story. It rejects the Mesopotamian worldview and replaces it with something unprecedented. Humans possess inherent dignity simply by existing. They don't earn sacred worth through service. They have it from their first breath. This concept of inherent human dignity became foundational to Western ethics. When the American founders wrote, "All men are created equal," they echoed Genesis's claim. Modern human rights frameworks rest on this ancient assertion. Humans have worth because of what they are, not what they do. The revolutionary idea that every person, regardless of status, ability, or usefulness, possesses sacred dignity traces back to this text. A small group of ancient writers looked at the dominant worldview and said, no, humans are not slaves, they bear God's image. We remain earthlings, finite, mortal, dependent on the ground that will one day receive us back, yet we possess godlike capacities for creation, moral reasoning, and choice. Genesis holds both truths together: dust animated by divine breath, creatures who bear their creator's image, and the text doesn't resolve this tension. It names it as who we are. And in naming it, Genesis gave humanity a new way to understand itself.